What's up, ladies? Welcome back to another Modest K video before we get into this, first thing I want to say is something clearly. I am not the modest police. I am learning too. So take everything I say with grace. I love modesty in all its form, in all its stages. The figuring it out stage, the I'm still growing stage, the we're still learning stage. And that's what makes modesty so beautiful. This channel isn't about perfection, it's about intention. And that's why I say welcome to my channel. And I'm your host today, Modest K. I'm gonna get this down pat, right? I'm not gonna need this paper in a minute. But for right now, you guys, now that we're getting into the video. So before we get into the video, I want to say that another thing. I want to say that today's video is about abuse. It's about all types of abuse, and it can be a little triggering. So if you're not really ready to talk about these things, that is fine. Just come back when you are ready. But for the ladies who are ready and who are ready to heal and to let these things go, let's get into the video. Okay, ladies, so first thing I want to say is abuse is not love, it's control. And the first one I want to get into is physical abuse. Physical abuse is basically someone that who does not have self-control. When they get angry, things might get a little physical, or when they get upset, they can get very physical. This looks like throwing things, just in no self-control. First starts with like throwing things, then it starts with maybe creeping you up, things like that. And those things aren't okay. Physical abuse, usually, I am not an expert, right? I only know what I know, and I'm just not an expert, right? But I do know what these are, and that's why. And I just want to help women. I want us to all just help each other and get over the things that we have been through. So physical abuse usually starts off small, then it gets really big, right? And I want to say this clearly, it does not get better. It does not get better. It does not stop. It does not. Because once somebody put their hands on you out of not having self-control, they don't know no other way of communicating with you, right? And maybe he does say I'm sorry. Maybe he does try to change for a little bit, but then it just takes that one thing. And I have seen and known men that have, and it's disappointing, because if anybody ever feels like they don't have that much control over themselves, that they have to put their hands on you, should not be in your life, and they should not have access to you, especially if you guys have kids, especially if you guys are married and things like that. Because then I'm a firm believer that it starts with one of the abuses, and then all of them start to happen. I feel like you can't be one and without the others, or it will start to happen. So physical abuse is very, very dangerous. And if anybody physically has to put their hands on you, they do not have self-control. They don't have self-control up here, in here, or out here. So which means that it's time to leave. And there's no sorry, there's no gifts, there's no apologies that's going to fix that, because we're people, and people are patterns, right? People have patterns. They do patterns, that they move off of patterns, right? So once somebody do something once, they will do it again, and it won't get better. Because once a man get out of that, once he lose that respect for you, it's gone. I don't know. Some people think that respect, you can build that back. I don't think so. I think once you lose respect for me, yeah, it's time for me to go. And honestly, physical abuse, it doesn't always have to look like it doesn't always have to be him punching you where, in your face and things like that. It can literally be just somebody grabbing you. No, You should not have to grab me to get your point across. You should not have to do those things. And it should never, because then it will get worse. Number 2 is emotional abuse. Emotional abuse looks like making you feel crazy and love calling you names. Why this hits so hard for women, because sometimes a man doesn't want to get physical, right? They're gonna hit you where it hurts emotionally. And once somebody has to verbally, emotionally put you down to make themselves feel better, exit the situation, because it does not get better. It will not get better. They do not care, and it's okay. You need to start caring about you, and you need to exit. Because the reason why I say that is because an emotional abuse is something that takes these abuse period. It takes a while it can take a while to let these things go and to move on, right? So let's say, and I'm a firm, I have been through these. I can only speak about what I've been through. And let's say if you look good that day, why you look so good? You don't even gotta look that good. You doing too much. Why you need to say that? Why can't you hype me up? Because you're not on my team. That's what it's given. Why can't I be the baddest person in the room right now? Why can't you just love me for what I got on? Like, if it's crazy, then it's different. But I'm saying, like, if you look beautiful and modest and loving, right? Not like you're trying to, it doesn't even matter. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. You should not have to emotionally bring me down to get your point across over anything, right? And I remember I dated this guy, and see, I always dress very like modest, right? And I dated this guy, and he would dress a little regular. He was a little more simple. And whenever we would go out, he'd be like, you make me feel like I need to upgrade my wear. And I'd be like, why do you feel like that? And he'd be like, because you always look like you about to go somewhere. Like, you're not going nowhere. Why are you doing all of that? And then it started to make me feel some type of way. And I'm like, well, this is how I dress. Like, and before I didn't know what emotional abuse looked like. And when someone hurts your feelings consistently, emotionally, that's abusive. That's abuse. So it's like, that is, and you don't want that, because it hits with your self-esteem. It hits with your confidence. And if I'm being honest, confidence it's needed. So the last thing, you already be beating yourself up, right? Like, we already are we're our own biggest critics in our own head. The last thing we need is somebody that we're sleeping with, somebody that we're loving, somebody that we're with, not loving us emotionally. If you tell a person, hey, I don't like this makes me feel this way, I don't care. Hey, but this makes me, I don't care. Emotional abuse. You don't give a damn about how I feel? That's crazy. Situation that needs to be exit quick, because the more that you deal with it, the less you start caring about how you feel. And that is why emotional abuse is, I don't know, I feel like I can't say which one is worse than the other, because these are all bad. But emotional abuse is something that you don't really see it until it's too late, and you're like, dang, like, I'm looking in the mirror and I hate the person that's looking back at me. Why do I hate myself? And then you get to start trying to get him to love you when you don't even love yourself. No. Next one is sexual abuse. So sexual abuse in any type of way is when you did not give your consent, right? And if you ever been in a situation where you did not give your consent, that was not your fault. There is nothing you could have done. There is no, okay? I'm saying this because I need you to hear me, and if I'm being honest, talk about it. Talk about it with people you love, right? Talk about it with, first of all, exit the situation. This is even, first, it's not just with people you don't know, whatever situations. It could be people close to you. It could be somebody you're with. Anytime you give your consent, you didn't give your consent, that is abuse. And you should talk to someone close to you. Get out of that situation fast. Talk to someone close to you. And the best thing I can say is what I would do and I wish that I had was a therapist. And the reason why is because this is someone who doesn't know you. That's one. Two, this is someone that that can help you get these things out, right? And I just want you to know that what happened to you was not your fault. And you are not ugly. It did not break you. You are stronger than that situation, and you will overcome that situation. And we rebuke any spirits that try to make us feel very low and lower our self-esteem and make us hate ourselves for that situation. We rebuke that. We do not own it. We do not want that anymore. We rebuke that. So I speak life to you, and I want you to know that you are loved and that you survive and you will get through this. People don't want to talk about it too much because we want to just sweep it, throw it under the rug, and I get it, right? But you have to seek help. And it usually leads to women being a little more promiscuous, and they start seeking validation from men and things like that. And I thank God that, for a few things in my life when it came to my self-esteem, and I had to learn that it was out of my control. And let me tell you, God don't play with things like that. God do not play. So he sees everything. He knows our thoughts and our hearts. He sees it, so whatever happens, no matter what, they will be held accountable. And you just need to know that and walk with that and talk to other women about it. Help other women find their strength, because that's something that will help you. That was something that will help you, like, talk to other women about it, talk about it, right? And I'm not saying just tell strangers about, don't just tell strangers your business. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, talk about it. It's not a secret. Because when we try to hold things as a secret, it will start to eat us from the inside out. You gotta let this out, right? You gotta let it out. You ain't gotta talk about it all your life. But if it's bothering you, if it's eating you from the inside, talk about it. Confess it. Rebuke it. And find a healthy way to move on. Financial abuse. And this is when someone is controlling money. You stopping you from working. They bought you the car, they brought you the phones and jewelry, purses and bags and things, and they can take it whenever they want. That is financial abuse. When they make it clear, hey, I brought you this, I'll take it away. My advice, give it to them, right? Or sell it. So let me stop. If somebody is ever financially abusing you, the best thing to do, like trying to have control over you, the best thing to do, find your own hustle. Find your own way of making your own form of money. Because when this person dips, you gotta make sure that you're financially stable, especially if you have kids. Especially if you have kids. If this person dips on you with your kids, or they just dip on you, period, make sure that you're financially stable. Have a stash. Listen, we're not in the old days. And sometimes, and I fell victim to this, I'm thinking, okay, the man works, I stay home with the kids, I can trust the situation. No, baby girl. We are not in the 1980s, when men were actually coming home and bringing the bread home, and they were actually making sure things were straight, and no, this is not it. This is not it. Have your money to the side. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a firm believer in having money to the side, and it's not in a sneaky way. No. If y'all not married, like if y'all didn't take a vow with God, they don't need to know all about your finances. And the reason why is because, and I'm gonna be honest, if a man wanna know all about your finances, and he not married, and y'all not married, that's a little weird. Because what you need to know about that for? I don't know. But yeah, I think that's weird. Why do you need to know my finances if we're not together? And we're not married, right? So you gotta always have a stash. Always have a stash. I don't know. It's nothing else I can say about that because I always have a stash. I'm sorry, I'm always stashing something to the side to make sure that I'm straight and me and my kids are straight, and I know how. And sometimes you gotta be a little quiet, and it's not being sneaky, it's not being deceitful, it's not being lying. It's being smart, having discernment, and being smart. Okay, yes. Just like what's that? Chris. Everybody hate Chris when the mom had money to the side, and he looked at her like she was crazy, and she said, and she was like she was storing it and stuff like that. That's what you gotta do. You gotta always make sure you have money to the side because if things get physical, if things get emotional, if things get anything else, you gotta make sure that you are straight. And if you got kids, you definitely gotta make sure that y'all are straight. So I'm a firm believer in putting it to the side, and you can if you're married, you can definitely let your partner know, hey, I got money to the side, and then also have money. And if they ask, you shouldn't lie. But if you're married, if they ask you shouldn't lie. But yeah, you definitely should always have something to the side because people, I had to learn that just as a man feeds you, he can starve you. So we gotta make sure that we not starving. And not just that, but God will always provide. He always provides regardless. Verbal abuse. So emotional abuse and verbal abuse are kind of similar, but they're two different. Emotional kind of hits your self-esteem. Verbal is always, it's like when disrespect becomes normal, if that makes sense. And the reason why I'm a firm believer in walk away from the situation is because when somebody always verbally abusing you, you will start to believe it, right? And it's like you get so used to it, it don't even hurt anymore, right? It don't even hurt. Like if somebody tell you, they start calling you names, and it's like, it's okay. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't ever be okay with somebody disrespecting your name. I remember I had a conversation with a guy, and he felt like it was okay to call women bees. And no, I wasn't dating this guy, but it was like, wait, why? It's just a word. No, it's not. I feel sorry for whoever is with you, because if you feel like it's okay to call women a bee, that's disrespectful. If you feel like it's just a word, then that's bad, because then you feel like other things are just other things and are not, And it's like, if a person has to call you out your name to ever, that person is not for you. Because a man that respects a woman would never have to stoop to call her names. Why do you feel like you need to get verbally abusive? Why do you feel like you need to be verbally abusive? Like, why can't you respect me, especially in front of others? Like if he's saying shut up, or if he's calling you stupid, if he's telling other people this, and if he's doing this in front of others, bro, you already know what I'm about to say. Walk away. And I'm not saying like it's easy. It's easy. Again, I've been through these, and I'm only 24 years old, so that says a lot. But it's also me saying walk away, because verbal abuse, it won't just be your inside, right? It will start to leak, and when you're outside, that will get very disrespectful. And when you start allowing a man to disrespect you, you will start disrespecting yourself, right? And then other people will start disrespecting you. And I've seen it. Like, I know someone who had a girlfriend, and he was so mean to her. And am I gossiping? Is this considered gossiping? Anyway, listen. The whole situation is, I've witnessed it myself, and it's not cool. Because if his homeboys feel like they can disrespect you, that's not cool. That's just not cool at all. And how long are you going to deal with it until you break? Like, I remember, like, you hear these stories of these women doing crazy things to these men because you took so much until you no, leave. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. No man, no person, nobody is worth going to jail over. Because if I'm being honest, these things will, you feel me, it will have you thinking about other things. It'll be ready for you to be like, okay, take me, because he had me messed up. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Exit. We're gonna exit, and our glow up is gonna be lovely. That glow up is gonna be amazing. Let them know that glow up is gonna be amazing. Like, we don't have to ever stoop low to the person level. Don't never stoop low. Don't become that person, right? That you hate the things that they do. Don't do that. No. We want to exit with grace, and that glow up is going to be amazing. We're going to continue to pretend like these things are okay, because they're not. They're really not. And then we're wondering why, one, we can't look in the mirror. One, why we feel like we're not good enough. One, when it's time for you to do your purpose, you feel like you're not. How long will we pretend that these things are normal until you're broken to pieces and it feels like you can't even pick yourself up? This is not normal. This is not okay. And then you might say to yourself, it's okay. One day he'll change. It's okay. One day they'll see my worth. It's okay. One day they'll love me. They won't. Because people do not love people who don't even love themselves better. It will get worse. You have to take that step. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. But to be your best self, to start loving yourself again, and to start smiling again, and to start laughing again, to start sleeping peacefully without worrying consistently. Is this person going to wake up and just be angry at me? Is this person going to yell at me, right? Or is this person going to wake up and put their hands on me? When this person wakes up, what is this person going to do? It's okay. I can. No, you can't. You can't not keep taking that. And you should not keep taking that. You are worth more than that. You are worth much more than that. And I know it's hard, but it's okay. It's okay, because that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pick ourselves up, and we're gonna keep going. We're gonna pick ourselves up, and we're just gonna keep going, because time heals. Time will heal. It will. Once you let go and walk away, you will heal. At first it's gonna be scary. At first you're gonna think, okay, maybe because you got so used to it, because it became normal. It's not. The bare minimum is not normal. The Bible literally says that love is patient. It is not self-seeking. Love is not selfish. Love is patient. It is kind. If you make a mistake, you should be able to make a mistake and still be okay. Wherever you are, you should be able to. You should be safe. Physically, emotionally, mentally, you should be safe. You should not ever have to feel like you have to protect yourself every single day from somebody. That's not healthy. You gotta prepare yourself, because they're about to say something disrespectful, and you're gonna have to tell them, hey, no, exit the situation. Exit it. You deserve that. Psalms 34 and 18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. When you're going through this phase of learning and moving on from these situations, and you start realizing abuse and things like that, the Lord is with you. He has his hands on you. It's going to be the nights when you cry. Nights that you cry, you're going to be like, why couldn't he just love me? Why couldn't he just respect me? Why couldn't he just be who he said he was going to be? And you always go back to this verse. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He is close to you. He is close to you. He sees your heart. He knows your thoughts. He is close to you. And let yourself feel it. It's okay to be brokenhearted. That's called, because then guess what? It can heal. Alright ladies, that's it for this video. I pray and hope that this helps you guys. I'm really like passionate about this, and the reason why is because abuse in any form, in any way, it's not okay. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow all my social medias down below, and let me help us to help, and I love to help. Bye.